Hello, fellow and future gamers. This is X from the Bubbles Gaming Channel, and welcome to episode 3 of my Squire solo medium hardcore playthrough. In the last episode, we went through Foundries and Forges, and in this episode, we're going to do the Magus Quarters, medium hardcore, and we'll get right into it. So this stage will introduce a new enemy, which is the Wyvern. Can be kind of a pain. They do not take the normal routes through the stage, or through the map that the enemies do. They will just come from the door or the area in the map that they are at and fly straight for your crystal. Fortunately, we start on wave 2 out of 6, and I don't believe the Wyverns actually show up until wave 4 out of 6. So we've got a couple of waves to figure things out. So this build is very similar to my build for Foundries and Forges, where you have 3 main entryways to your crystal. So I just start by blocking them all with the Bouncer Blockade, and then I'll start putting the Harpoon Towers behind them. My Harpoon Tower placement is there for both assisting these Bouncer Blockades and also for going after these Wyverns. So right from the very first one, even though I have another 2 stages, I'm thinking about those Wyverns when I place these things. So I generally put this right as soon as it turns green again and angle it so that it just barely takes, so that it will cover all the Bouncer Blockade, but you'll see that I'm covering most of this area because that's where those Wyverns are going to be coming from. I'll G up and let the wave happen. So this is similar to the Foundries and Forges in that it's going to come, each of the waves comes in like segments. So about half of the enemies come out, and then they all finally die, and then the other half comes out. You can get a little annoying at times, but it gives your builder, gives your tower plenty of time to do what they need to do. Another Harpoon Tower here. Sorry about that. And the next wave is, or next mini wave, I guess you can call it, is on its way down. Get some more mana. Got enough to build another Harpoon Tower. So I do have access to the bouncer, or to the bowling ball turret. I have seen some builds that take advantage of the bowling ball turret on this map. They'll put them up here at the top and pointing down. I'm not a big fan of it. It can do the job. I just don't think that it's quite as consistent as the other towers are. You'll see on the next stage, Alchemical Laboratories has probably the best place that I have found that really takes advantage of those bowling ball turrets. The summit is a fantastic place to put those down too, but you really need a nice enclosed space. If you've played around with it, you'll notice that the bowling balls, the big metal balls that it spits out, will keep going even after they hit an enemy, but because of that, on a stage like this, they're very apt to hit an enemy and they bounce off, and then they'll just end up dropping down in the lava and then not really doing any work after that. So you only kind of get one hit out of them. And I'd rather have a harpoon tower, which can shoot down through a whole line of enemies. The next map, you'll see that there's really tight quarters where the ball, when it gets launched, will just keep bouncing around on different enemies, and you can really take advantage of it there. So I'm going to finish this up. Well, go ahead. So even this one here, I'm going to make it go all the way down this ramp right there. So I'm going to put the edge of the yellow right on the edge of that, and even this harpoon back in the back is going to assist with shooting down some of these wyverns when they do come. And really, this, I may need them. I'm going to put them anyway because I have the defensive units, but honestly, this is enough to finish this stage. If you go through, I have over 200 mana, so I can upgrade everything twice. Got plenty of mana, plenty of enemies. This is enough to make it through. I like to put another harpoon tower at least in the center, because that's where, oh, pardon me again, that is where the ogre will go. He has gone to the center 100 out of 100 times that I've run this map. Always comes straight up here. So to have another harpoon tower there is fantastic to assist with that. So these guys right now are shooting every 2 seconds, which is really not very good. It's fine for maybe wave 4, maybe wave 5 for the wyverns, but after that it's going to have difficulty, especially on the final wave. Those harpoon turrets are going to have difficulty only shooting once every 6 seconds, keeping up with all the wyverns that are going to come out. So I'm going to put this guy here. Plenty of range. Definitely be able to help take down that ogre. He'll also help take down some of the wyverns. So I'm feeling really good about this. I think it'll be just fine. I'm going to pick up this mana before it disappears. And I'm going to set down 2 more harpoon towers, but I'm going to set them... I'll play around with a little bit. Generally what I've done in the past is I will actually set them on opposite sides of the Eternia Crystal, pointing in, so that if something goes wrong, I've got these guys pointed right there. But let's see if I can do this. That's kind of a pain. You know what? I'm just going to stick with what I know, and I'm going to go ahead and put these here. These side ones really don't need another harpoon. But now, after I place these 2 down, my build is complete. Even a little excessive with these 2 harpoons right here, just for any possible wyverns that could get through, which means all the rest of the mana for the last 3 waves is just going to upgrading. So the first thing I will upgrade is this center area, so I'll get all 4 of those done, and then I'll start alternating back and forth between the left and right sides. I think I talked about in the last video on the Foundries and Forges, I have seen the ogre on all difficulties go to all of the different doors. Just occasionally he goes a different way. In this one I have never seen the ogre go to one of the side entrances, so I have no problem gaming this as much as possible and focusing here. I will have everything upgraded at least once by the time the ogre gets here. Probably this harpoon tower twice. But here are the wyverns, as I was talking about. So they just come straight from that door and then they fly up. Beautiful. Alright, let's take a look at this really quick. So 2.1 seconds and 435 damage. So with one upgrade, 1.8 seconds at 545 damage. It's a nice jump, especially with the attack rate. That is one thing that the some of the other classes have over the Squire, especially the Apprentice. The Apprentice's towers don't do as much damage per hit, but they attack reasonably faster. You can actually get the, well, I guess all the towers, specifically the Magic Missile Tower and the Fireball Tower, you can get those to the point that it doesn't even look like individual shots coming out of the tower. It just looks like a solid stream of magic missiles hurling towards the enemy. It's pretty impressive to see. But you can get the same thing with these guys. In my online guys, so the ones that I like to play, my higher level guys, I do have a level 100 Squire, and I think when on a fully upgraded harpoon that is fully buffed by a tower buff beam from the Series EV on the Nightmare difficulty, he's shooting one about every 0.08 seconds, and they hit for 188,000 damage each. So it's pretty impressive what you can get these guys up to. One of the nice things about having smaller, more compact builds is that you have a lot more mana to focus on upgrading. I was screwing around a little bit, I think it was this morning, with a summoner, trying to see if I could do this with the summoner, like play straight through on the medium hardcore difficulty, soloing just with a summoner, and it's definitely possible. It gets really tight in a couple of areas. The archers are really nice. They're basically semi-mobile walls that have a decent range, but they can be really expensive and very time-consuming to heal in individual, one at a time. Alright, so let's see. Oh, they are doing just fine. Very nice. So to upgrade those kind of things, it can be a pain. Or to repair them in a pinch. But it definitely is possible. I played all the way through Alchemical Laboratory on medium hardcore, starting with a level 0 summoner, and it definitely is doable. It's not extremely comfortable, like I said, but you can manage. Looks like I'm going to have a lot more upgraded than I thought. These harpoons are doing a lot better with those wyverns than I expected. I don't even think it got to those ones on the inside, which is nice. So I'll just keep upgrading the center, and then we'll work from there. Stupid dogs turning on my Xbox. So I am enjoying this playthrough more than the last one. I was spending a whole lot of time walking around, swapping between characters. Very grindy, playing the same stage, 4, sometimes 5 times if somebody didn't quite gain as much experience as the last one. But this is going really well, and this is how I would play, so... So you can see, so these are each upgraded twice. It does take 200 mana to upgrade a tower the second time, and then it takes 400 mana to upgrade it a third time. That third upgrade will give it 3 chevrons. The next upgrade, so I guess the fourth upgrade, will be annotated by a single star, and that takes 700 mana in order to upgrade to that point. And then last but definitely not least, is the 3 stars, which is the highest upgrade level you can get for a certain item, and that takes 1220 mana. I believe that comes once you get level 60 is when you can actually hold 1220 mana, and that will allow you to upgrade to that point. So I'm going to upgrade these inside ones first. I'll give them the best chance at taking down these wyverns. Now, worst case scenario on this one, if the wyverns do make it through, those ones pointing toward the crystal will hit them. And if those harpoons are having troubles with those wyverns for some reason, I'll just go up, hop on top of the crystal, and hack away at them. It's a little bit tougher to get to the wyverns on a melee character, but you can do it. Just gotta jump around, jump off things, swing at them. And as long as they're not fire resistant, then Draco can help me out, and he can take out a few of them. Let's see if I can just stand here enough to pick up enough to upgrade. Towers are doing really well. I'm very pleased. I like having the hybrid build. I like being able to run down in the group of guys, pick up the mana, help do some damage. It'll pay off a lot end game to specialize. When you're going through on your own, it's definitely valuable to focus on those tower stats, because your towers are just gonna, especially in the later stages where you're gonna have 2 or 3 Eternia crystals that you have to defend, your towers are just going to be doing so much more work than you actually are. So it's really important to have those tower stats. When you get to the end game and you're playing online, you got your friends or you got random guys that you're playing with, that's where it really helps to have the specialization. Whoever's hosting generally is the builder, so they'll have all their tower stats maxed out and they'll just be ready and raring to go. And then the other guys will just be running around with their DPS characters and basically running around killing things that are giving the towers troubles, picking up all the mana they can, and doing all the upgrading and all the repairing. Okay, there's the ogre. I actually expected him a little bit earlier than that, but everything's going fine. I've even got some extra mana here, so I'll just start to upgrade these ones. Jump out, pick up a little bit of mana, so I got some stuff to repair if I need to, and we'll just kind of come up here and watch this guy. So, medium hardcore, so he's got, I think, about twice the hit points that he did in Foundries and Forges. I think he was about 14,000, so in this one he started with about 25,000, but still, with 3 double upgraded harpoons, no problems. No problems at all. Not even worth healing it. I've only got a couple more guys. I know at least have 1 level up available. Level 13. Oh, I kind of forgot where I was with these. Those are all up to level 3. Everything is at level 3. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1 in each of my tower stats. 1 for the circular slice, which I don't really use a lot now, but it'll be nice to have it when I need it. and an extra hero casting rate. So I'm going to run around here, pick up any mana, check out this one green that I got over here. Looks like it's a sword. More damage. And it does have a tower stat on it, which is good. So I will actually equip that, and that'll help out with my tower attack. Alright, so I'm going to pick up this mana. I'm going to head back to the tavern and check out all my gears, see what I got, maybe upgrade my Draco if he is available for another level up. And then I will be coming back probably tomorrow with my next video, and that will be the Alchemical Laboratory, which is the first boss for the solo Squire playthrough. I appreciate you guys taking your time to watch this video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll keep coming out with these videos. I do have another series up right now. I'm going through Starbound. It is an early access game from that is on Steam. I believe it's by Chucklefish. If you're interested in that, check it out. Once again, I appreciate you taking the time. This is X from Bubbles Gaming, and I'm out.